But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Keenum to throw on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Keenum. And that is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot.
It's 3-zip. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Jaguars. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quicker. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now it's Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They do snap it to Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone, it's Keenum. This is Booker on the dump off. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Keenum again. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Blair Brown in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turn. These guys will get the football back. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Omaha. 11.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Keenum. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the ball.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, 52. 22. Good. 22. Roger, Roger, Roger. 22. 22. Let's go, Roger.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Blair Brown in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Very left. Let's go, Roger. 22. 22. Roger.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, as we look back to the final week of the preseason and the roster cuts, that final day roster cuts, a lot of noise was made. The biggest noise, though, Khalil Mack moving to the Windy City.
That's one that, let's look at it from Chicago's perspective. A young team growing, building on both offense and defense, and it's a city that loves defense. They love their linebackers. Khalil Mack being added to that group, that's just a win-win for them. Now you flip it over to Oakland. I never thought they'd let Khalil Mack go. I thought they'd figure out a way to get it done, but somehow, during the contract negotiations, everything broke down, and they decided to save that money, and they'll put it elsewhere in their roster.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Spread left.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. On the incompletion, I turn to you as we continue to do all these Week 1 predictions, and I ask Rookie of the Year, could this be a battle for Gotham between Darnold and Barkley?
I like it. I like that a lot. A quarterback, Sam Darnold with the Jets, a runner, Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants. But I'm thinking defense, and I'm going out west to the Denver Broncos. Bradley Chubb, defensive end, outside linebacker. Remember, Von Miller's on the other side. He'll take up a lot of attention. That should give Chubb more one-on-one opportunities to get quarterbacks on the ground.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Spread left. Spread right. Snap.
Bortles now on 1st down. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Lucy. Omaha, Omaha, Omaha. So right. Hank.
Bortles to throw on second down. And this one is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Green 80. Lucy. Move. 11. Green is it.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
Trip left. Lucy. All good. So right. Lucy. Hank. Lucy. Move. Green is it.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. 18 yards on each of the last two plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
11B.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And this one's incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Green 80. Hey, spread left. Hey, check back 34. Hank.
Bortles going to try and throw on third down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Safarian Jenkins. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Leemo. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, with that incompletion, gives us a chance to get Charles' Super Bowl picks. We've done this the last couple years going into Week 1. Who do you have this season?
No, it wouldn't surprise anyone at all for Philadelphia and New England to do it again, this time in Atlanta. But I think it's going to be a couple of different teams out of both divisions, all right, both conferences, I should say. I think coming out of the NFC, I really like Atlanta.
Wow.
I think they're going to get back to the Super Bowl again. At the AFC, I think it's going to be Pittsburgh. And ultimately, I'm taking Atlanta to hoist the trophy.
And you know where the Super Bowl is this year.
It is in Atlanta. The first time ever we're going to have a home team win in their home stadium.
You heard it here first. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Keenum. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Bortles over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
372. Lucy. Set. Green 80. Set.
On 1st down, Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, partner, the last couple weeks I've been asking you about the favorites in each division. We talked about Super Bowl predictions and all that, but what about a team from each side that might surprise us a little bit this year?
Well, the one I'm going to start with in the AFC shouldn't be a surprise when you look at who they have returning from injury, and that's the Houston Texans. They were running the AFC South for a while when everyone was healthy and J.J. Watt was getting to the quarterback. Now Deshaun Watson returns, and they are an entirely different team with him at quarterback. On the NFC side, I know a lot of people are looking at the Bears, and rightly so. I love them as a trendy pick. But I'm going to take one where people are saying maybe they're a 5-win team. I don't believe that for a second. The Seattle Seahawks. I think they will surprise people and contend in the NFC West.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, it's Bortles. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Bortles to throw once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Lucy. Green 80. Green 80. Hey, spread right. Snap. You don't know no better. right, so right.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Bortles again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The final shot before half for Keenum. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with a jack. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Freeman again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense. We got the
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there at 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing is Bortles. He completes it to Westbrook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's third and 3.
Spread right, smack. 11. 372.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Green 80. Hey, spread left. 11B.
Bortles now on first down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Omaha.
Bortles will keep it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. Second in inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Here we go. Lucy. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. That one complete. He finds Shark. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Lucy.
To throw is Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Shane Ray in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Bunch right. 11.
Bortles going to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Roger. 22. Hey, go, Roddy, 2. Hey, orange.
On first down, it's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Keenum. Finding room inside the 40. Catch here, left side, Thomas. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Again, they'll throw with Keenum. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We're good. Hey, Mike's right. 22. 22. Hey, orange arm. Orange arm. Hey,
Keenum to throw again. Drops it underneath for Booker. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Keenum, gotta have this one. Being chased out left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Hey, spread right. Spread right. Lucy. Spread right. Spread right. Smack. Lucy. Move. Shit. Hey, 54, Ricky. Green is right.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He goes underneath for Yeldon. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hank. Green 80. Green is right.
Here's Bortles to throw. And that is incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Jones on the return. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. To the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, here's Keenum. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Keenum finding Sanders for a big one. 46 yards. Keenum now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be second and 11.
22. Stand down.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. They still can't get him. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 32 yards. And the Broncos capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Short kick. It's taken at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's third down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
380. 380.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Fournette.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Sharks got it, left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Bortles going to look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Throw left. 11B. Hey, 5-0.
Bortles to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. He's at the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And the Broncos are going to get the football. We'll call it a convincing win here in this one, and we had some interesting plays throughout. Maybe one of the most interesting, ending the game on an onside kick. They actually recovered it, but it didn't really matter.
No, you're exactly right, and maybe they just wanted to work on something, right? Even though it wouldn't have affected the final score, you work on it, you get it, you feel good about that. But I remember I had a coach who said, I don't waste those onside kicks. You don't get many of them anyway. Let's not use it when we don't need to.